Wintersday is the time of giving, and what do? We give wrapped gifts to orphans around Divinity's Reach to be nice, and maybe for the karma and the achievements, but mainly to be nice. You can get these wrapped gifts as random drops from containers or mobs, but the main way you're going to be getting them is through buying them here. This merchant will wrap the gifts for you, and also it offers the rolls of wrapping paper that you need. The toy skins tend to be the cheapest gift when it comes to wrapping, and it's definitely worth getting. For a full orphan run, you're going to be needing 30 gifts so you don't leave a single one out. Orphans are scattered around the city. You can find them with peppermint icons above them if you haven't already given them a gift that day. You can only give orphans one gift per day. Upon giving them a gift, you will be awarded with some karma. This karma can be buffed by certain effects like bonfires, boosters, or foods. Here's a list of them so you can maximize the amount of karma you get per run. The most important one is going to be the 50% karma bonus. You can get this from karma boosters, communal boost bonfires, which tend to be sitting around the Crown Pavilion Waypoint, or the Candy Corn Gobbler, which is the best way to get it if you have it. You can also get another 15% from Guild Hero banners, and another 10% from Spirit banners. There's also the Guild Karma bonus giving you up to another 10% from your Guild's bartender in the Guild Hall. If you really want to, you can also get an enrichment for another 15% to put into your amulet. Also, be sure to use candy canes for another 10% plus Winter's Blessings as well. You can get these Winter's Blessings by giving gifts to these orphans. For food, you can grab this super mixed parfait for 15%. Or just grab one of the thousands of birthday cakes that show up near the waypoints. For the enhancement, you can max it with the snow diamond ornament for 20%, but this doesn't seem worth it because it's almost 2 gold in the trading post. It's much more worth it grabbing something like a peppermint oil, tinfoil fruitcake, or tuning icicle for 10%. You'll also be wanting to do the race around Divinity's Reach to get the crowd favorite racer effect, which will give you another 10%. Adding all these buffs up will get you around 150% to 165%. And if you wanted to get as much as possible, you can also grab the community service tips from certain hearts in New King City for another 10%. Or wait forever for a map to close to volunteer to leave it for another 5%. Now for the locations of every orphan, Wiki has a very nice map to follow, but if you're a bit more visual, you can follow along with me. The path starts at Dwayna's Waypoint. The first orphan is visible from the waypoint. After talking to that orphan, head down this ramp until we hit the bottom, then we're going to be taking a right to go along the sidewalk. At the end of the sidewalk, there he is. Next, we're going to be heading back to where we came from, except we're going to be going up the ramp that's across from where we came down at. Then we're going to be taking a right, going up these stairs, and then we're going to be taking a left, and the orphan's right there. Now we're going to be turning around and running past all these tents. Keep going straight, and then we should be able to reach next orphan. We're going to go up the road a little bit, take a left, go down this main road, and continue on to the book cart. Once we reach that book cart, we're going to be taking a right, and the orphan will be right here. Next, we're going to be running past this big music machine. The next one is going to be behind a building and is pretty hard to find on your own. But he's right here. Next, we're going to be continuing to run on till next quadrant. That is going to be to the right of us, and then we continue on until we reach your archway, which we're going to be heading through. The orphan will be on our right, and then we can find him right here. Next, we're going to be staying on the ground level, but continuing along the right side of the buildings, and continuing all the way along until we reach a nice little archway. Again, we can find the orphan behind a wall. Next, we're going to be going out of that area, then crossing the street to the other side where we can find a bunch of cool flowers, and the orphan will be right over here. Continuing across the flowers, we keep a left, except we don't go up the big road. Continuing following left, we'll find the orphan right here next to this nice tree. Turn back around, and now we're going to be going across this next archway. Going up this ramp again to jump off and see the orphan right here. Continuing on back, we're going to be needing to get to the waypoint. The waypoint you could just teleport to, but I'm just going to be running toward it. The waypoint's right to our right, and the orphan's going to be right to our left, right next to this cart. Now we're going to be going up through this teleporty doorway. Once we get up there, we're going to be going to the green garden area. We can jump down into the main walkway and we'll be able to find the orphan there. Continuing along to the right, we're going to be going past the waypoint, and the next orphan will be up on this ledge. You can get to it easily with a mount. Now we're going to be heading back to another teleporting down doorway, and then we're going to be taking a right. This leads us to another waypoint, but also the orphan on our right. Now we're going to be continuing down the road, and we're going to be going over to the pathway to our left. Once we can go into the pathway, we go down it. This takes us down further, and we can take a left again and go up these stairs into a nice little plaza area. We then can talk to this orphan. Now we're going to be going back to where we entered this area and taking a left. The next orphan will be in this building. Now we're going to be taking a right and just following along the right side as much as possible until we finally reach Orphan, which will be in this nice little stall area. Next, we're going to be continuing down this road, making sure to stay on the right side following these buildings, all the way to the Orphan, which will be right on this other side of the wall. Continuing along, we go to the next quadrant. This is where the main festivities are, and you can find an orphan right next to the street. Continue west from here and then you'll find the next orphan in another elevated area like the previous one. Next, we're going to be heading back to the waypoint. You can find the orphan right next to the waypoint, and you could have just teleported, but I decided to run. The orphan will be right up the stairs and to the right. Now continue down, head left, and then we're going to be going over to where the strike mission is. The orphan is right next to it. Now continue west and there will be two more. One is going to be up on this ledge right here where you can just use a mount, or you can go up the stairs back there, and then the next one will be right up against the wall. Grab both of them and then head back east. The next orphan will be right up the road and behind this pillar. Next, we're going to be heading southwest to this next lush area. The orphan will be right in the middle of it. Continue up to the main circle around the center of the map, and you'll find the next orphan up these stairs. Next, continue along the road to the right, and then the next orphan will be right next to this tent on the back side. Now for the last one, we're going to be going up another teleporty doorway. Continue to the right and head outside, and then the next orphan will be right here. So after gifting all the orphans with toy weapons that hopefully aren't too dangerous, we get around 1,500 karma plus the bonus per. At a 150% bonus, we're getting around 112,500 karma per run, which can be done daily. I hope you enjoyed the video or at least found it useful. As always, I hope to see you in one of these, and have a great day giving gifts out.